Hey everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here with Painted Studio, making many messes for the fun and enjoyment of it. Today is Thursday. Sorry, I keep looking over here because I needed to grab my paintbrush. It is Thursday. It's the 3rd of September. Where did summer go? It's the 3rd of September. And obviously, as fall starts to roll in, our focus becomes with fall and Halloween decor. Yay! I love that's my favorite thing. So I've primed a few projects, but I'm going to walk you through everything step by step, and we're going to just turn the camera down and get going. But before that happens, a reminder. Tomorrow, we are doing the drawing for our most recent Facebook Live sprinkle contest. And if you don't know what that means, I have my little paper here. I don't know where I put it. I moved it somewhere, but please use that little arrow button right down here and redistribute Friday's video, and then come back and post underneath it sprinkled. And for each time you do that, that enters you into our contest I'm doing the drawing for on Friday. We need 30 sprinkles for the contest to be valid. And the contest is going to be for foil. It's 3 feet of foil. Any single color you want or pattern. You can order 2 feet of one, 1 foot of another, 3 separate colors and patterns, but 3 feet of foil. And whichever custom cut vinyl, heat vinyl transfer adhesive pre-cut design that we have listed on our website, you can have any one of those. So your total value, I believe, is around $25. Of course, shipping and handling included. And as long as we get 30 sprinkles, I will take everybody who is sprinkled. I will put their name in for the number of times that they've sprinkled. If you won the last contest, you cannot win this contest. But we will take every sprinkle, add it all into a hopper, pull a name, and whoever's name is pulled, that's who wins. We did it last time. It worked great. We're going to do it again. So now on to the project. Sorry, I had to babble for a minute. Okay, so if you look in front of me, you can see some shiny stuff. Most people's guilty pleasure is Hobby Lobby. Mine happens to be Target, because I get into Target and they always have that like little bunch of racks right in the front for back to school stuff or seasonal stuff, and there's all kinds of little inexpensive goodies there. Well, right now at Halloween they have these ceramic houses, and they're called PYO Ceramic Haunted House. Paint your own. PYO. Paint your own. And it comes with a really bad paintbrush and some really crappy paints that we throw away. And then, but what we do end up with are these darling little ceramic figures. And this one happens to be a house. We also have an owl, we have a cat, we have a ghost. They had a couple others, like a little graveyard and stuff, but this is super cute this way. And you can see the little ghost is on there. And it's actually set up, not for the other ones, but this one specifically, it's got cutouts. You can put little battery operated strings of light. You can just shove them in the holes, because you can see we've got cutouts all around it that would be great for showing light. So the first thing we do is we're going to take some Faux Effects set coat. You need a paint or a high bonding primer of some sort. Sorry, my jar stuck closed. There we go. And we're just going to first paint this black. Now, I always get asked why I like set coat so much. It's super high bonding. It has great leveling properties, so that once I brush this on, it tightens up down to the surface really, really nicely with minimal brush strokes. Of course, that doesn't mean you don't have to apply it well, work your brush strokes out. See, like this, you see what I'm doing here? I've got a lot of bricky kind of detail. So the first thing I'm doing is smearing the paint in, and then I'm gonna come back and smooth it over so that I don't have a really nasty texture. And like you saw, I just smeared it all over because I'm going to swirl it to get it into the crevices and the openings, and then I'm going to come back and brush it smooth. Don't forget to get up under the little crevices and the edges. Make sure you get all those spots, because you don't want to forget those. You don't get a pretty result if you forget. All right, let's get the back. The set coat, for those who are not familiar, is 100% acrylic, made by Faux Effects, super high bonding. You've heard me say that before. But it also has the ability, it was formulated to level out and draw tight like an oil paint, as opposed to a latex paint, which actually even on a gloss has a more coarse texture on a microscopic level, whereas this is much smoother. I've hand painted furniture with set coat and quite frankly not been terribly careful, and I've had people come in and look at it and say, oh my God, that's really nice. Did you spray that? How did you get that finish? I'm like, no, I just brushed the paint on. It's really nice paint. It really levels well. I'm trying to get it into the little window openings just so that they're not white against the black. Of course, a smaller brush would probably make my life easier to do that, but why would I make my own life easier? Okay, so I've got that on there. We're just going to do the lids, the roof. The lid of the house is the roof. Me speak English good today. So obviously, it's a little later than I'm normally on, so you can tell it's kind of, I'm a little punchy today. It's just been a busy day. I know you know what those are like, and I'm actually starting to, I know people are going to say, stop it, don't rush it. But we actually are starting to get a little bit of the feeling of fall around here in the mornings. It's been really, really cool this week in the morning. It's so nice out. And next week, the highs are all gonna be in the mid to lower 70s, which is probably my favorite weather. Sunny and mid 70s means I can sit outside, have my coffee in the morning and not pass out. Means we can eat dinner outside and enjoy it. Of course, it would help if I got home in time to eat dinner. All right, so I've got that all painted. I'm just going to set that to the side and let it dry, and I'll show you what I mean by how nicely set coat dries when we get to that stage. All right, so I'm going to just throw the brush to the side. Hopefully I'll remember to wash it out tonight, because you don't know, I don't remember things sometimes. So now all our other figures have already been painted in various shades of set coat, and they've had the Artsyville foil adhesive brushed on. This has been drying for well over an hour, and we should be ready to foil. You need to let the foil adhesive dry for over an hour. It may feel dry and ready to use in 30 minutes, but you want it to get to a good, firm, stable tack. If it feels at all gummy, you're not going to get a good result. So let's start with let's start with a ghost. We've got our little black ghost, and I thought my first choice, if I can find it over here, since I pre-cut all my foils, or almost all of them, we're going to use our brand new Melody foil. Now I'm going to do a little secret test spot, because when I ship this out to people, we always put tape on the side that doesn't go down to the adhesive surface. And of course, I never remember to do that when I cut it for myself. So quite frankly, I need to test to make sure I'm going to use the right side. Yep, I got it right. Ooh, that is cool on the black too. All right, this is going to be kind of a weird release because the shape is a challenge. So I'm just going to put it on here the best I can and give it a scrub and a rub. and then I'll just move it around. So I was very generous on these with the foil adhesive. I was working with a very soft brush, which means that they're really, really sticky. There was no thin coat of foil adhesive. Also, things to know about the foil adhesive, it does not self-level. So your method of application, however you apply it, will probably leave a little telltale trace, whether it's brush marks or stipples because you used a sponge or a roller. I don't mind that. That's part of the materials. That's what it does. You know, we got to work with things, and I like it. So there, I like it. It's mine. Mine. Oh, God. Look how cool that looks on the Ghost. Let's see if I can get the light. Let me finish the front of it, and then I'm going to put the light on it and see if you can see a better read on it. Let's see, how do I want to apply this? Well, I want to apply it with the correct side towards the surface. We'll start with that. All right, let's flip the light and see if I can get a little more light over here. My light likes to the lamp head likes to go from like this and goes, and all of a sudden I realize I'm painting in the dark again. I don't even need to use a scrubber on this. The release is so good. I'm just using my hands to massage the foil on here. Oh my God, this is so stinking cute. I'm just gonna take a little, because it's sticky, so if there's any bare patches, I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that I have the foil still here. I'm gonna rub it all over, because obviously things were wanting to stick in strange places. And if I really wanted to get a really intense reaction with this, I could put a second layer of foil adhesive on here and double foil this translucent Melody foil. And wow, would that be really intense. Okay, let's see if I can get the lamp. See, the lamp fell down again. Let's see if I can get that so you can see this. This is so pretty, and the camera does not catch this at all. You see a little ghosty face with a smiley. And these little things that I bought at Target, they're like $3. So they're, throwing out the paint and putting lots of cute foils on them. I'm just loving this one. All right, so we've got another one in black over here, and it is our little vintage kitty cat style. So we're gonna do it similar to the Black Ghost, only we're going to use Odell to get another sort of oil slick look over black. I love how this looks over black. It's so sharp, and this is absolutely the season for these oil slicky kind of colors. I mean, put candles in front of them and a couple pumpkins around them, and you're gonna have just the most gorgeous reflective arrangement for your table or for your patio or for anything. And again, I am literally just rubbing this with my hands, not even taking a toothbrush to get into crevices because the release has been so good. Let's peel this back. I gotta unpeel it like it's a piece of candy. Finger up in there. Okay, of course they're sticking to them. Look at our kitty. That's really cool. And again, you're not getting the best representation of this on camera. Unfortunately, there's limits to what we can show you on a camera to make it show you how cool this is. But really, it's, that wonderful iridescent, oily look. Back and get the back of this. And again, this is another one that if I really wanted to double down on the iridescent level of it, another layer of foil adhesive and another layer of the Odell foil. Man, would that be sharp. Maybe I'll do that. All right. Just working this piece around to fill in all the missing spots here. And if I'm missing any of your questions or comments, please know that I will come back and answer them. I am not seeing any right now, but that doesn't mean anything because the camera's pointed down and I don't have my iPad out to see if anybody's saying anything. It's also rather late, so I'm sure some of you are finished your day too, and you're just watching to see what I'm doing and don't feel like saying anything, and I can appreciate that. I babble a lot while I'm on camera, and then I go very quiet as soon as the camera's off. Give my brain a little break. And I'm, I think I discussed this yesterday. I'm a project-oriented person, but part of that includes the fact that if I've got something going on, I usually have 6 of something going on. There's very rare a time that I only have one thing that I'm working on. So like tonight, we're working on these. There's 6 of them in front of me, but I also have a table, and I have some galvanized pictures, which I will show you in a little bit, because those are, I think, part of this weekend's plans for finishes to do on Saturday. Tomorrow we are, I believe, I have, if I can get it all worked out in time, we should be doing Free Finish Friday, so that you all can have something new and spectacular. Have to finish that formula. See, there's always something going on. We always have a ton that we have to do. And that's good. Keeps me out of trouble. I have too much time on my hands and I'm not allowed to go to Vegas. What am I going to do with myself? For those who are watching who know that I used to go to Vegas a lot with Jennifer, and unfortunately, between work and a pandemic, Vegas has been off the table for a little while. So I'm pretending to go to Vegas. I sit in a pool in my backyard with a drink. And I mean my little orange blow-up pool. Oh my gosh. All right, so we've got little kitty cat all done. Look at how cute this is. Hey Desiree, nice to see you here. So again, black ceramic kitty painted with a black set coat, and then we did the Odell foil on that. And now I can hold up a piece. These are done absolutely identically other than the foil. So this is the Melody foil, and you can see the kind of stripy oil slickness of it versus the Odell, which more looks like splatty kind of oil slick. Both are so cool. I love them both, and I think they make great finishes, especially over colors like black. Okay, so now, we gotta peel one off. We have another little kitty cat, but this one's painted copper. See how cute this is? Oh. And then he's been had his foil adhesive and everything put on. So now I've got to decide what I'm going to do with this one. And I can go bright or I can go subtle. I think for this one, we're going to go with our copper slade. That other kitty cat took a lot of foil adhesive, so this may take a lot more. I mean, took a lot of foil. This might take more than I actually have on this. Oh well, if I have to, I'll go cut another piece. So let's put the copper on the kitty. things are sticking together. The parchment's sticking to the adhesive, which is not something it normally does, but it is today just because it is. And as you can see, VMask foil is a little stiffer than some of the other ones, and there is no way to put it on a round surface like this without having crinkles and flaws in it. That's okay, embrace them. They will make for a very pretty result. Going to rub. This is going to be there's going to be some very patchy spots. I can already see it. I knew that was going to happen. That happens when you fold up your foils like this. You don't get perfect release. And now you can look at it and see how broken and patchy that is. But that's okay, because that's just the first pass. Ah! Things are falling and they're sticking to each other. I don't like that. Stop that. If I move some of these things off of this paper, that might not happen so much. Sure, let's be wishful about that one. Part of it is that there's foil adhesive on the paper, so paper's sticking to the paper's sticking to everything else. Okay, so let's go back in here, and this time I'm going to take my little scrub brush. These little stiff scrubbies, I just found them at Home Depot. I've never seen them this small and this stiff before, so when I saw them, yeah, I grabbed them. All right, this paper and everything is just making me cuckoo. This one's going away. Oh, even the pencil's sticking to it, for heaven's sake. Okay, let's get back to a more reasonable surface. Oh my goodness. Copper Slate is one of my favorite V-masks because it's nice and metallic, but still subtle. Because there's little bits of green and red and all kinds of wonderful yumminess in here. Oh, this is pretty. This is coming out very, very pretty. Hey, Amy. Of course, my friend Amy is on, who has these wonderful cats. And so, of course, I'm working on cats when Amy comes on. All right. Get into the kitty's ears. And again, the best part of this is if I've done a crappy job of foiling, or I don't like how this looks, or I want to increase the level of foil that I have on here, all I need to do is put a little more adhesive on and go back at it. Now the V-mask, I will say, on a round surface like this, the V-mask films can be a little more challenging than, say, some of our other foils that, for example, are fabric-friendly foils. Those foils tend to be on a thinner film, so the film's more flexible. Whereas the V-masks are on a stiffer backing film, and they can be challenging just for that reason alone. And I'm getting there. I'm almost done. Put a little scrubber in there. See if I might have missed a spot with the foil adhesive in this ear. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't think I had, but the foil wasn't grabbing. I just wasn't getting it in there hard enough. And one of the things I've noticed about V-mask, because of this stiffer film, sometimes with some of the other foils, if you overlap your foils and scrub, you can get a scrub mark that shows up and dulls your foil. I don't have that happening with V-mask, and I truly believe part of it is the fact that the film, that this this carrier film is so much heavier. It kind of protects the stuff underneath it from being scraped. Let's see. You should add glitter to it, and oh my goodness, Desiree, you must be reading my mind. Because most of the time when I do something like this, instead of just trying to get it perfect, I take this and then I roll it in glitter. I always do that. I can't believe you just said, you were like reading my mind. I haven't decided whether I'm going to put copper glitter on this or black glitter yet, but that might be something we do tomorrow. Because I have all these other ones to keep foiling while we're doing the live, and I don't want to get everybody bored with all the stuff. All right, by watching me glitter everything too. So now we have one ghost and 2 owls left. Now, my intention with the owls, because I kind of wanted to carry them all the way through winter, was to go silver. So we're going to go with this little owl with our Koi Cheetah Silver. Now the base color on this one is not regular black. It's Faux Effects Set Coat in metallic black, which has this nearly gunmetal pewtery kind of color, which I love. It's not a pure black, so this will look beautiful over that. And as you can see, what I'm saying now, you can see this foil film is softer, so it folds around the piece much easier than like what I was showing you with the V-mask. A little bit of a scrub, even though I don't need to. Get in there with my fingers. And tomorrow we'll also be back working on the table that I was showing you yesterday. We're gonna keep working on that on live. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. Oh yeah, I like that. Get our Koi Cheetah across the front. And the thing that I love about Koi Cheetah, even in the gold and in the silver, is that the pattern is so subtle that if you're applying it without it being on a perfectly smooth surface, it just adds a textural element to it. And I'm just going into the crevices. I love owls. I've always thought that they were such beautiful, anywhere from majestic to just downright adorable. And while I don't collect owl stuff, I love the opportunity when I get a chance to work on something with an owl. Let's get our little owl eyes. So as you can see, these little projects, they take a square foot of foil. No, I didn't measure this carefully to make sure I had exactly a square foot, but I cut enough foil. I can figure out close to a foot within a half an inch, if not tighter on that. See how cute is that? It looks like mercury glass. I think that's just so cute. And it's uneven, and you can see that the crevices didn't take the foil, and I did that on purpose. I didn't push it down in there. And I'll probably take some gunmetal colored glitter and sprinkle it on here so that this becomes not just a Halloween fall decoration, but because of the silver, it will carry it through the holidays. And that was my goal with that one. And let's see, I pulled so many foils for this. Let's see if I can find them all next to me. Another one that I was planning for something, and of course it's not where I thought it was going to be. Okay, well, let's have a little fun. Let's do a little green leopard. Shall we do the green on another owl, or should we do it on the ghost? Let me know what you think. I will go poking over here at the foils and babble at you for a minute while I figure out, while you all put in some options here. And we also have our Nova glitter. Okay, I've made up my mind. Never mind, you don't have to vote. We're gonna go full force Halloween on a couple things here. We are going to go with the green on our little ghosties, because it's so cute. And this is painted with Set Coat Copper. No, I'm sorry, this is Set Coat Bronze, metallic bronze, and not copper. All right. Ooh, I can almost get this whole thing wrapped up. Ooh, that's good. All right, so let me just massage it with my hands. To get it into all the little crevices. And part of the nice thing with doing this with my hands is the heat from my hands helps with the transfer. Most foils like heat. They transfer better with heat involved. So if my hands are nice and warm, it helps release the foil on here. Okay, let's release this. Oh my God. It's a kiwi colored spotted ghost. This is so stinking cute. Now I'm probably going to have to come back in here and highlight some of the facial details and stuff, because I know it's going to look like a green leopard blob otherwise. This is cute. I just got to get some of this worked in. And this is going to help you understand too why your undercoloration is important. Most foils look great over a dark color or a color in the background that's similar to the color that your foil is. So if your background's light and your foil is dark, generally it looks like crap. To put it in the bluntest possible terms. So I specifically picked copper to go under as an undercolor because it was a color of the season, and picking the foil to go over it was part of the choice, was to make sure that the copper that was exposed would look good with the foil that was applied over it. Look, we've got a little green, kiwi green leopard ghost. And here are his eyes. There's one eye there. There's another eye there. Yeah, I gotta paint the eyes because you can't see what the eyes look like. I know somebody is saying something, so if I'm not seeing it, it's because the camera's angled and my glasses don't work that well. This is so cute. I love this kiwi green. All right, we're on our last little critter, and like I said, $3 from Target, so it's really hard to lose out on it. I don't tend to go to the dollar store. It's not close by me, so I don't ever get there, but I'm in Target all the time, so when they have something fun like this to work from, I grab them. So we're going to do our last little owl in purple tie-dye. Again, another really seasonally appropriate color foil. And I'm just gonna wrap my owl up. Try to make sure I've got no rolled edges on my foils. And I'm gonna massage my owl. You know, I should get a massage. Somebody put foil adhesive on me so I can get a massage. How about that? That would work for me. This is so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it. Now, obviously, I have a very imperfect release. So again, I'm going to come back in here. So as you can see from what we did today, the hardest foils to release on really curvy surfaces are V-mask foils, not because they don't release, but simply because the carrier film is much stiffer and it doesn't like to get easily into curved shapes. Whereas the foils that we're using, like this tie-dye one that's a fabric foil, it folds into shapes better. So there's nothing wrong with either one. They just each have different characteristics, and I like to make sure my customers and followers know that. God, I love this. This might not make it to the window. This might have to go home with me. This is so stinking cute. I, as a kid, loved purple. Loved it. And purple is really one of those colors. You either love it or it's just too much for you. And of course, it's never too much for me. So, of course, I loved it. And I was the weird kid who wore purple. You know, everybody else is wearing denim and navy blue and white t-shirts and, you know, cream colored blouses. Nope, I had to have mine purple. I've had purple evening gowns, I've had purple shoes. Not many people know this at this point anymore, but I was an exchange student as a teenager in Japan. And in the school that I attended there, I was known as the girl with the purple shoes. Because I had these great purple moccasins that I had gotten just before I went away to school there. So I kind of had a lot of love for purple. And I still do. But I tend to save most of my purple wearing for winter, since lavender is not a great color on me. Oh my God, okay. Purple tie-dye owl. How cute is that? How very cute. So you've seen them foiled, you've seen me do the details. I'm gonna go over just putting a foil adhesive on because I have to do everything backwards. But this is the set coat on here once dry, and as you can see, it leveled and bonded nice and snug to that. You can barely see a brush mark in here, which is, again, one of the reasons I like set coat so much. All right, so I had this brush for the for the paint. Let me find another brush for the adhesive, which is right here. And as you know, I tend to pour my Artsyville foil adhesive into smaller jars simply because I'm a slob and knock things over. So if I have smaller jars, I'm less likely to do something destructive. Sorry, I'm looking for a smaller paintbrush and I don't seem to have one, so we're gonna use a larger one. So again, I'm gonna stick my thing. I will paint the bottom of this eventually. I just didn't do it while we were on camera. So I'm gonna take this, work it in. You notice I'm brushing adhesive into the window holes. So they're gonna have to be blown or brushed out so that I don't have this clog spot here. Usually blowing works, but when I set this up right, if I see any of the adhesive sort of seeping out of the windows, I'm gonna have to go back and brush and probably take a smaller brush and clean out those openings. It's not a big deal. That's kind of the stuff I believe. I have like a really diverse history of weird stuff I've painted, and for years we were into dollhouse furniture. So I got used to painting with really tiny brushes and having to literally work product out of every tiny crevice, just like I'm doing right now. Because when you're working on a 1 inch equals 1 foot scale, there's a lot of detail and it's really small. This reminds me of like the dollhouse stuff I used to paint all the time. I haven't done that for a long time. No longer seem to have the time for that kind of a leisure activity. Of course, if I was painting dollhouses and dollhouse furniture, I'd be doing it with you guys on camera. I was very, very into dollhouses for a while. Of course, that was a while ago too. I had my mom, my sister, and I all had gorgeous dollhouses, and we did many years ago did dollhouse tours with our dollhouses. So that was fun. All right, let me come back here, just check to make sure I don't have anything built up someplace I don't want it. Turn it right side up, hold on to the chimney, take the brush out of my mouth so you all can understand me, and finish this last bit up. So remember, while the paint levels, the adhesive does not, so work your brush strokes carefully because they may show in your final look. Ugh. I just flipped foil adhesive on my elbow, which was exactly what I was trying to avoid, because I knew it was going to happen. I just knew it. This brush is just too big for this job, frankly. Right tools make the job easier. And I don't have the right tools for this particular job. I've made my life harder. Let's see, I just want to get that brushed edge there, clean that up. All right. I think. When I get into these small detail spots here, I know I'm fighting my brush. That's really what I'm doing right now. All right, so that's done. Take that. Let's go into the openings. Pull out that little excess. Doesn't have to be a brush, obviously. I use whatever tools on hand. I think that covers it. Yep. Just had some messes that needed to be tidied up. Okay, everybody. Oh, Desiree, you like the Set Coat Black? Good, you got it. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful product to work with. It covers really well. The metallics in Set Coat do not cover as well as the solids, as the matte colors, for reasonable reasons. The base is translucent to allow the metallic particles to shimmer and shine, but that means you probably need 2 coats of it for opacity versus 1 like I was getting with the black right there. Okay, let me scroll back and see if I missed a question or anything. Oh, Joy, thank you. All right, I think we're done for the night. It is 8:15. It's time for me to go home. Time for me to wash a brush or two. And I need to get some sleep, so I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Don't forget to sprinkle for the contest. Contest ends tomorrow. We need 30 sprinkles for the contest to be valid. All right, everybody, have a good night.